Hey, everybody. There you are. Andy Kennedy here with day 59 of 60 days of toxic truths and purging the poisons. We have been talking about flushing negativity and flushing emotions and flushing toxins and flushing poisons for 59 days now. It's been pretty cool riding that wave with you guys. And thank you to all the people who have been supporting me the whole way and watching all of these. And yeah, I see you, whether you comment or not, or like or not. I love the comments, though. I love when you guys come up to me and say, you know, I've been watching. And yeah, just means that it's not all for nothing, right? So today's number 3 of 4 extra bonuses, because I divided the 60 days into 4 2-week segments, which left us with 4 days at the end for me to talk about kind of 4 summarizing topics about flushing and give resources around eliminating toxins, but then also kind of wrapping up and giving a little bit more of my tidbits and stories and all of that. So and tomorrow, actually, I'm on the road. Well, let me talk about that at the end. So today I want to talk about emotional fasting. So the first bonus on Monday, I was like, what day is today? Monday. We talked about fasting as it pertains to nutrition and what that looks like and what we do in our 10-day reset that we do every month. And yesterday, we talked about fasting as it pertains to the epidermis and what fasting can do, even just an intermittent fasting or, you know, a focused period of time with just one food or juice or whatever. So yesterday, I talked about my experience with my skin and fasting. And then today, I am unpacking a new term, emotional fasting. I recently heard this term and fell in love with it because I think it just paints a really good picture of what happens when we cut out certain things, right? So for the body, for nutrition, it makes sense to, you know, just focus on light foods, raw foods, water, tea, rice, and beans, like a specific fasting focus makes sense for the body. But how does that make sense for the brain? And how does that make sense for our mindset? And as a mindset coach for many years now, 10 years now, I've been teaching a course based on the Celestine prophecy to focus on the mind and gearing us into locking us into synchronicity and switching the mindset from most of us have a, you know, majority of us have a negative, you know, most of the time a negative track, right? So we're constantly judging. And when it comes to emotional fasting, for me, that term is so succinct because it's like, okay, I'm going to go on a joy fast, right? Or a negativity fast. And the flip of that is bringing in joy wherever I can, playfulness, lightheartedness, smiling, laughing, childlike curiosity, right? So if you could do a joy fast, that means that you're only doing joy for a day or a month. Doesn't matter, right? Like start with something simple, even if it's an hour, right? So at 3 o'clock every day, I'm going to have a joy fest. I'm going to play the music loud. I'm going to dance around the house. I'm going to pour myself, you know, something healthy, positive, tea, right? Or mocktail, juice, grapefruit, right? And just bathe in the joy of whatever brings you joy, whether that's getting your hands in the dirt or taking a ride on your motorcycle, whatever brings you joy. Do that at 3 o'clock every day for a week and see how that changes things for you, how it creates a new habit for you, so that at 3 o'clock when your phone dings, hey, it's joy hour, you start looking forward to that. You start building your day around that. It starts to filter into other parts of your day, of your reality. In fact, you don't just have one joy hour, you have 2, or you have a joy day of the week, or your whole family has joy right before dinner, and then no cell phones at dinner, and no talk of work at dinner, and dinner turns into a much different scene than it is currently, right? So that's one view. When this first came into my purview, like I said, not very long ago, even though I've been talking about and teaching that kind of emotional fasting technique, it's more like flipping the script and having awareness around your emotions, which during the 2 weeks about the mind, we talked about a lot. But the phrase that I heard was complaining fasting. And it was a fast and letting go of complaining. And I thought, wow, that's succinct. Like, I get that. That makes total sense to me. Now, can you impose that on other people? No. So it would probably have to be an hour in the morning or a day or a week where you're just focused on your own negative tracks, your own complaining, or your own, victim identity, right? But get creative with this toxic truth or emotional hack, because like I said, it's brand new to me. And now all of a sudden my juices are flowing on it. And I'm like, wow, how can I let this filter into my life? So, again, as a lot of the time when I'm providing resources, we're not necessarily talking about toxicity, but in this case today we're talking about negativity in the sense of how toxic that can be in your body, in your mind, in your reality, because what you focus on expands. So if you focus on complaining and negativity, or you focus on a disease or an ailment or a pain in your body, and you identify with that pain, such as, oh, that's just my wrist, it always hurts, right? That's a track that is now grooved into your brain, ingrained so deeply into your brain that that's just your wrist, it always hurts. You focus on that, that's what you say, that's what is your reality, right? So if you start to have awareness around something like complaining, and you can fast that out, what shifts is you're aware of when other people complain. You're aware of when you're making that, whatever it is that you're complaining about, so real and so powerful and so emotionally charged that it manifests somewhere in your body, right? So cutting things like that out and committing to shifting the script, flipping the script, or shifting the focus of something negative like that, it opens up a whole new reality for you, where things start to be positive more than they are negative, where you're seeking out those joy moments like I talked about earlier. I had a whole day down in Knoxville picking up our mower, which I'm so excited for. It's not brand new; it's new to us, but it was donated to Shambhala from our old neighbor, and I didn't get home until 2:30, and I just wanted to sit down, even though I'd been sitting in the car for most of the day, because that's a 3-hour drive. I also had to go to the dentist, so I was at the dentist. Not a great experience ever, even if it's a positive experience, which mine was today. There's still little trickles of negativity. And I didn't want to plant the trees when I got home. But I have a lot of trees to plant, and I'm committed to planting a couple of them a day to make it easier on myself. Today, I only had 2. So I sat, and first of all, I ran the mower around the yard, and I was like, okay, I'm going to play with this new mower. That brought me joy. Then I played with the cats outside, super windy. That brought us joy. And I was like, okay, I only have 2 trees to plant. They're sitting in water. It's supposed to freeze over the next couple of days. Again, I don't want their roots to get frozen in that water. So I committed, and it didn't take that long. It rained last night, so the soil was wet, right? So it's just a matter of flipping the script on actually what I really do love: getting into the dirt. I love seeing what's in there, bugs and worms and mycelium. I love seeing the status of our dirt. In some parts of the area, it looks different, right? I could keep going. So all of those things bring me joy. And then I get to come in and do a live about all of that brings me joy. So even when you feel like you're exhausted or tired or unmotivated, I was going to say unenthused is one of my words. Just taking a moment and doing some deep breaths and going, wait, what is it that I don't want to do? Because I don't want to sit here tomorrow and, leave and think about those 2 trees in the water. So, anyway, in lieu of more, that's today's toxic truth. Negativity, the negative mind, kind of encapsulates a lot of what we talked about during the 2 weeks of mindset. If you miss those, go back and watch. Those are the 3rd week. Can't do that math in my head, but it would be, I can, I guess. 29 days, the 29th day plus 14. Okay. So yeah, look for those days from 29 to 43. Is that right? And those days are on the mindset. If you don't want to look for them though, and you want an easy way to get all of our toxic truths, join the mailing list by either going to andykennedyco.com or going to the Facebook group that's always linked in these videos and filling out your email there and joining the group, and you will get all of this cataloged, organized, and delivered personally to your inbox. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for being here for 59 days. And thanks for sharing this with a friend if it resonates. And if you can find a buddy to do your complaining fast, negativity fast, emotional fast with, even better. So if you want to buddy up with me and pick a day or a week to do that, just reach out. I'm always game for something like that. All right. Thanks for watching. And one more time, we'll see you tomorrow.